January 1, 1929, Rose Bowl. Now, who talks about a Rose Bowl here at the 1st of July? But just stay with me. The University of California at Berkeley Golden Bears, they were playing Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was undefeated at that time. Just before the half ended, Tech had the ball, and they were moving it well. But then there was a fumble. And a young man by the name of Roy Regils, who was playing center, not used to handling the ball at all, but playing defense in this particular instance, picked up the ball and began running toward the goal, just as hard as he could run. The Golden Bears were yelling, "Run, Roy, run." The Tech boys were saying, "Stop, Roy, stop." And after he had run almost the length of the field, one of the Tech players caught Roy and tackled him just before he crossed the goal line. Only then did Roy realize what he had done. He had picked up the ball and run almost 70 yards in the wrong direction. The half ended. The Golden Bears went to their locker room. Coach Nibs Price said nothing at all to the boys. He didn't fuss at Roy. He didn't fuss at anyone. He simply sat with his team. Roy sat over in the corner all by himself with a blanket over his head, and he was crying. And the rest period ended, and they came in and said, "Coach, it's time to get your boys back on the field." And only then did Nibs Price speak. He said to his players just this. He said, "You men who started the first half will start the second half." And they got up and started back toward the field, all except for Roy. Now, Roy had started the first half, but he just sat there. Coach said, "Roy, did you hear me? I said that the team that started the first half will start the second half." And Roy said, "Coach, please don't make me get back on the field. I've embarrassed you. I've embarrassed our team. I've embarrassed our fans. And I just can't face them because of what I did." Coach looked at him and said, "Roy, you get back on the field because the game is only half over." The story is that Roy went back to the field and he played as though he had never played before, and he played a marvelous game for the ending of the game. I wish I could tell you that Tech won. They did not win. They went undefeated. But Roy Regils learned a very valuable lesson in grace, that just because you and I run 70 yards in the wrong direction doesn't mean that we're forever tossed out of the game, because the game is only half over. I don't know what you have done. I don't know what you have thought, what you have said, what kind of actions have characterized your life. But I do know that there is redemption, and Jesus says to us, "Son, daughter, get back on the field because the game is just half over." With his mercy, he forgives and he cleanses, and he doesn't fuss at us. He simply says, "Return to me," because you can still find a ministry and use and a purpose in the kingdom. So, young person, older person, middle-aged person, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever your life has been, get up, get back on the field, because the game is just half over. Thank you for letting me share a part of your day, and this is Don Howell with today's Minute Message.